We still have Lewis here. We're so fortunate to have the gentleman who is the inspiration behind the original Stedster, the toy that is now starting to come to fruition right now. And the one thing that Lewis has not had an opportunity to ever do with the Stedster was put an interior together. So what do you think? Dermy's been really working hard at it. Tell us what you like.
I love what he's got going. Initially, I never designed an interior for the toy, because doing so would have raised the cost of manufacturing the toy. So I said, well, just leave it out, just smoke the windows. And so I was really interested to see what Dermy was going to come up with for the interior of this build. How big of a chop do you got going?
This is a 5.5-inch chop. Typically that's a lot, and it turned out to be really nice looking. It doesn't look overly chopped like a lot of vehicles do. Pretty happy with it. I think it's because the vehicle is so wide, it hides that look.
Yeah, this is pretty drastic for something this big though.
This truck, if you measure it against a half-ton 55, 57, is 11 inches wider than a standard half-ton truck.
Really?
Yeah, it's quite a bit. But the cab portion of it, this piece in here is the same exact piece. They just added all the girth to it and shortened the fenders and stuff like that.
And you got your windshield already cut for this?
Windshield's already cut. Can't wait to get that in and down the road. And also, you know, when I do the doors, I want to add to this lip that's right there on the edge of the dash.
Right here?
No, the inside.
This one?
Inside.
Oh, right in here.
I want to carry that down through the door. Get that wraparound look, you know. And the back of the cab is sitting over there in the other shop, and I want to use it as the back of the cab of the truck still. And it's got a lot of these beads and stuff in it, and it'll add to the character. And it's a nice piece. It'll look great.
Yeah, and keep with the originality of the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
These seat brackets, are they billet?
No, originally they were designed off a billet design, but I wanted to do them this way to make them look more like they could have been built that way back then. And it's something I can do myself. I can't do billet.
I love the weld.
CNC.
It really adds to the design. It works with the design.
I'm very
well.
happy with the whole thing. I think their design, the mold guys that did it, really knocked it out of the park.
Stainless steel tubing?
Yep, the original design I kept with it. I like the look of the stainless, brass, aluminum. They all kind of gel together very nicely. Seat belt loops.
That's what that is.
Yep. And then with the tiny little rivets in them also.
So it's going to be safe.
Yeah, semi.
Sunroof?
No, but I want to stick with what you designed, a nice big window here. Probably maybe a little bit bigger, just so we can see out of the thing.
Yeah, where are you going to pull the glass from?
Probably from a modern car, the front windshield, just find something that's fairly flat, that still has this contour in it that would look right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you have a compartment.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
Yeah, there'll be storage down in there, probably electronics, maybe the computer will be on the lower section. And they added this nice little lip, this little bend on it, gives it some more character.
So Dermy, what do you got going here?
This is a stop for the lid. Originally was trying to design a hinge internal that had a built-in stop to it, but it got so hard to figure out that I just did something simple, figuring this is what they might have done back then. So nice little rubber stop, and then the flange just on the edge here will have the same kind of treatment on this all the way around.
Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very factory looking.
Factory looking, yeah. Look, that's the thought goes in my head all the time. Don't just leave a sharp edge on something, you know, put a finished edge on it so it'll look correct.
And what's the plan for this here again?
This will get loaded with as many gauges and switches as I can that'll look attractive, and probably a backup camera, because this thing's going to be difficult to see out of when I drive. So I want to put
the back window. 6
or 8 cameras all the way around this thing so I can look here, and it'll be an oval just like that. I'll bezel the thing down to an oval screen to make it look nostalgic again.
Very nice.
You remember what the dash used to look like? It had the V.
Yes.
And then the little eyebrow above it. Obviously, I've taken that all out, but kept the same kind of shape in it. And I really like that.
Cool. This is cool that you left this original, but you're modernizing this part right here.
But still, I wouldn't say modernizing. I'm keeping an old look.
Nostalgic.
You know, keep it looking nostalgic, not too modern. even though they're going to have a very modern set of gauges in there, but they're going to detune those for me, blacks and whites and stuff, and make it look simple.
Are these part of the vents?
Yeah, that's
This is all the vents and
hard
stuff?
venting for the back, so that you won't see, if you were to crawl in there, work on it down the future, you wouldn't see that flexible duct hanging everywhere. That'd be zero hardly. A couple little short pieces maybe. So that's all hard ducting. It's in the back, and it utilizes that point of that as a central duct that feeds all the way across.
Yeah, I saw that here.
Yeah, it ties right into that. So it's a lot cleaner underneath in the back because of that.
Yeah,
A lot of extra work, but me or whoever works on it in the future will thank me for it.
This is looking good. I love the interior.
Well, a neat kind of thing, the tops of the seats. A friend of mine that builds off-road race buggies, he takes and welds Mexican coins on the tops of tubes and stuff like this.
Oh yeah?
And I like the idea. So this happens to fit a quarter perfectly. So I found 4 1955 silver quarters, and the truck is a 55. I was born in 55, and and the quarter's a 55. So yeah, trifecta.
Nice,
It's
very
kinda fun.
nice.
It'll be just one of those little things that not too many people will notice, and it'll be there, you know.
So I like these insets you got going here, Jeremy.
Yeah, the bead rolling really gives it a lot of character. In fact, most guys would cover it up with carpeting, and I don't want to do that. If anything, there'll be a small little heel pad that would go in there, and I want to see all this.
Will
you
this
know?
be paint, or are you leaving raw metal?
No, it'll be paint most
It'll be paint?
likely, yeah, most likely. But there's lots of different paint schemes that we could do, but I think it's gonna have to be paint because there's gonna need to be some body work portions of it to smooth things
Yeah, I
out.
like all the rivets that you did around
The rivets,
engine
yeah,
cover there.
overkill on rivets, but it just looks mechanical
Yeah, but
at the end.
it ties it to the seats.
To the seats,
Yeah.
exactly. They're going to be button head Allens. That'll be the finished
Brass?
product. And maybe you can get them that way.
Yeah, I see the brass on the column there.
Yeah, a lot of little brass ornamentations. I did it steering column. The brass parts was really cool. I like that.
Are you doing material at all on the seat?
Kind of a lattice work of
Oh, okay.
straps.
Got it.
Little lace between each, like a lawn chair kind of is how they designed it. And then there's a big pad for the front of your legs. There's a pad for the lumbar and a pad for your shoulders up here. But I want to leave as much exposed as I can and still be semi-comfortable.
And what do you got going for the air vents?
A friend of mine, Bill Peterson, helped me 3D print. He designed, and we sent him out and had them 3D printed the little AC vents we talked about. I believe them on the earlier video that we did. And got to get them chrome plated, and then maybe even nickel plated to make them look a little more vintage. Be a nice look. But they're real simple. They're non-adjustable, so it's kind of like they could have been built back then, you know, more mechanical.
Very cool.
You know. And it needed to fill up that whole area with something, you know.
Are you doing audio in here?
Yeah, audio. Kicker Audio was my last sponsor on my truck, and they like me, and I'm definitely probably going to put some more of their stuff in here. There's
Yeah, they make good product.
Yeah, they're great people to work with.
Hey Lewis, it's rare that you get an opportunity to actually see an interior happen inside of one of your toys, and now this is real size. What do you think?
I love it. I like what he's doing with it. Yeah, I like the new, what I would call steampunk.
Yeah,
Steampunk
yeah, that's a great
seats.
description.
Yeah, the brass rivets. Yeah, very, very cool.
Yeah. Once I buy one item, like the steering wheel, the steering column, it lends to something else, and they all just seem to flow together.
Well, once again, we've been fortunate to have Lewis here. He's been looking over the interior on this episode. It is a lot of fun how this is coming together, and to have the inspiration of Lewis here, to have Dermy put all of his handiwork together, this is pretty cool. It's really cool to see it all come together.
Yeah, really happy.
Well, this has been another episode of That Was Close. Dermy Close and doing the artistry, the metal, the magnificent work, and inspiration from Lewis. This is incredible. Great episode. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Hey, Dermy, what are you going to tell everybody to do right now?
Subscribe. Tell your friends.
Come on, with commitment. What are you going to tell them to do?
Subscribe.
There you go. Nice job, buddy.